Alright, so last week Microsoft unveiled certain aspects of the Series X, and one of them is smart delivery. You're asking yourself, why the fuck am I saying this now, a week later? Because for the past 3 weeks till a month, I've been thinking about a few games that I would want to see remastered. But if you read up on smart delivery, basically it kills remasters and remakes to a certain extent. Like, I know it's Microsoft who's implementing it. It's not like a whole, como se dice, game industry change. To what I understood, Microsoft is basically saying, we're not gonna fucking make remakes and remasters. And that kind of fucks up this video. But fuck it, I'm gonna release it anyway, because I've been thinking about making this video for a while now. So without further ado, I bring you 7 fucking games that I wish would get a remaster or a remake, depending on how old the game is and how different the game is compared to games nowadays, you know? Kind of like how Final Fantasy VII Remake is going completely different from turn-based to more like action RPG. Kind of like that. That's kind of a remake for me. A remaster is just, well, remaster, better graphics and shit. Gears of War Ultimate Edition is kind of a little bit of both. Like, the cutscenes are remade, but the level design is the same. So, I mean, it falls under both, but I consider it more of a remake because it focuses a lot more on the cutscenes. Okay, I'm starting off with Blitz The League, mainly because it's a game that I doubt will ever make a comeback. I made a previous video. I made a video a while back, about a year ago, I want to say. I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it. Where games that I wish would make a comeback, and one of those was Blitz The League. Now, Blitz The League is fucking awesome. If it's made by Midway, who Midway went bankrupt, but they were bought out by Warner Brothers, and essentially they bought out everything. So those fuckers own Rampage, fucking Mortal Kombat, Blitz The League, another game that I'm gonna mention on here, and I'm not gonna say the name. You're gonna have to wait. I know they had a lot of other games, but I think those are the most well known. And Blitz The League is pretty high up there. If you haven't played it, Blitz The League it's basically a football game. Yeah, I know I don't play sports games, but you'll see why I like playing this game. It's a football game with the X-ray mechanics from Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and X. Yeah, a lot of balls breaking. Like metaphorical and literal. Like there is a certain tackle where if you hit the guy in the huevos, you will literally see them burst in an X-ray form. It was fucking awesome. I'm pretty sure that is what made NetherRealms implement the X-ray mechanic in MK9. I'm like 100% sure that's the reason why. Now this game could use, como se dice, a remake or a remaster. But the thing is, it would have been better if it came out a while back instead of now, because, I mean, if you think sports games, whether it be 2K or EA, they're both filled out the ass with microtransactions. So it kind of started getting into NetherRealm games. Need I say about fucking MK11, all this shit? You don't have to buy it, but you can, which is bullshit. Oh well. But I wish it would have came out earlier, maybe 4 to 5 years ago, when microtransactions weren't that hard into NetherRealm games, because this is NetherRealm property after all. And I think it would have benefited from being one of the only sports games, if not the only sports game, to not have egregious predatory microtransactions. And also because the teams they use weren't licensed, so they can come up with any fucking team they wanted to. I mean, that's a plus. You don't have to go through the fucking bullshit licensing for the NFL. I forget I think they just called it the league, but I'm pretty sure it had a name. But yeah, I mean, it's probably never gonna come out because NetherRealms is so focused on Injustice, which I don't intend on playing. I'm not into DC fighting games. They look badass, but nah. I'm more into the gore fest of Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat. Those are the two only franchises that they make since their inception in 2011. Well, I'm talking about Midway. Might as well name this fucking game Stranglehold. Now, a lot of you probably don't know what Stranglehold is, mostly because it came out towards the end of Midway's life cycle, like right before they went bankrupt. So I won't blame you if you don't know what the fuck this game is, but I will blame you if you don't know who John Woo is. He's like one of the most famous Chinese directors. It's basically, the game is, I don't know if it's a tie-in or if it's like in the universe of the movie called Hard Boiled. With I completely forget the actor's name, but he's like a real famous Chinese actor. I'm pretty sure he's been in Hollywood films too. But Stranglehold is pretty fucking awesome. It's a third-person game. Think about Max Payne, but with a Chinese guy in China. And I can't remember if a few missions take place in the U.S. I doubt it, but I think some of them do. It's pretty generic. I don't know how to describe the game, mostly because it's been fucking years that I've played the game, despite me owning the fucking game. Like, it's ironic. It's literally behind my phone right now. I would get it, but it's holding up my fucking phone. My stand broke. Now, whether it will be a remake or a remastered, probably both, just like Gears. Like, I would prefer if it wasn't like a locked camera, like Gears. Like, that's the thing I don't like about Gears, is that the like, you turn and fucking Marcus or whoever you're playing turns with you. Like, you don't get to see their face unless you're in a cutscene, which that's always bugged me for some reason. So you can make that could be considered a remake, but I think it drastically needs a fucking remaster of the graphics. But again, NetherRealms isn't gonna make this game, mostly because they're only focusing on fighting games, and it makes sense since the CEO or the director of NetherRealms is the creator of Mortal Kombat, one of the best fucking fighting games ever. So that makes sense. But I mean, I don't know, maybe Warner Brothers might open up another studio that focuses on other shit that used to belong to Midway. But I mean, only time will tell. One can only hope, right? I know what you're thinking. Why the fuck are you all of a sudden interested in PlayStation games? Mira, cabrón. Number one, I'm not all of a sudden interested in PlayStation games. I've always liked a few PlayStation games. I just don't fucking like the community. They're assholes. Like, and I thought I was an asshole, but I'm a lovable asshole. They're just stuck up. Like, holy shit. Like, Mean Girls stuck up. But all jokes aside, Sly Cooper. It's been a while since I've seen a Sly Cooper game. I think the last Sly Cooper game that I remember hearing about was 2011, 2010. It was a while back. I've only played the first one on PS2. And that was because my cousin Gabriel had it. And I fucking enjoyed that game. Like, it was awesome. But then I ended up getting a 360. I didn't even consider thinking about getting a fucking PS3. So I never played any of the sequels, but I did hear about them. I think the last video game appearance he made was in the, what the fuck was it called? That PlayStation Smash Bros game. Sony Battle Royale or some shit like that? So, I don't remember. I'll put the fucking name or like the logo art, fucking box art up here if I remember. Sony All-Stars, there we go, yeah. There we go. That's the one. That's the last video game outing that I know of that he made. But it's not even an outing, it's just like a cameo appearance. But yes, I do think this game drastically needs to come back. And it might not be a console seller for the PS5, but it would be a really good console launch game. Like launch title. And also, it's one of the few stealth games where it doesn't really it's like one of the first, if not the only stealth game that's not a mature-esque game. Like it's a little goofy. Like if you think about most stealth games, they're fucking mature. The ones I can think about are Deus Ex, Hitman, Dishonored, Splinter Cell, fucking Metal Gear. There's a Thief. There's a lot, but yeah, I think Sly Cooper is the only one the only stealth game that you can actually fuck around in, and I kind of like that. Like I like the game that doesn't take itself too serious. Okay, now we're getting good. Now these, I know they're never gonna fucking come out because of the smart delivery thing. Halo 3, Halo ODST, and Halo Reach. Now, I fucking love Halo 3 and ODST. I still haven't fucking played Reach, and I have to fucking play it. Even though I know how it ends. A fucking asshole friend of mine told me how it ends when I told him that I was gonna fucking finally play it. He told me how it ends. I punched him in the dick. I haven't talked to him since then. That was 4 years ago. Last I heard, he's sterile now. So I think that was my fault. Good. So I'm not really gonna comment a lot on Halo Reach because I haven't fucking played it. But I have played 3 and ODST. And to this day, those games hold up pretty good. But I still want to see a remastered to the vein of Halo 2 Remastered. Like, holy shit. Like, I know they use the engine that they use for Halo 5. So, it looks very fucking awesome. But, couldn't Microsoft contract Bungie to, like, remaster? Or, fuck, they could use Bluepoint. Like, they're fucking great at remastering games. They remastered a lot of Sony games, I know that much. But, I mean, the smart delivery thing kind of fucks it up. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but there's just some games that I really want to see a remaster or a remake that just simply won't happen. And I feel that these games, in particular because they're Microsoft owned, and like I said, Microsoft is implementing smart delivery, so, and they really don't want you to spend money on a game that you already fucking own, which it makes sense. It's very consumer friendly, but still, there's a lot of people who want a remaster of games they really loved. And that might be a little conflicting for them. But yeah, Halo 3, ODST, and Reach, they really need to make a fucking remake or a remaster. Either one, I just want to see how good they would look in today's graphics, especially with the new Xbox Series X coming out. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Yes, we're going fucking old school, like old school, like before Rare belonged to Microsoft old school. Like, yeah, I know it was on Nintendo, but it was an intellectual property from Rare. It wasn't licensed by Nintendo, like how fucking Star Fox and Donkey Kong were. Like, it's their IP. So, yeah. They should remake this shit on new hardware. And, I mean, Microsoft and Nintendo have a very good relationship going on. I really wouldn't put it past Microsoft to actually release this game on the Switch. I mean, they already have fucking Banjo and Smash. Might as well give Switch players a remake or a remaster. More of a remake, because like that kind of style of gameplay is not irrelevant nowadays, but it's just it really needs polishing up. So might as well remake it, like they remade a Conquer Live and Reloaded. They might as well give fucking Switch players the remake of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. Like, don't just leave them half cocked with fucking Banjo and Smash. Even though, yes, it's your fucking IP, it's your property. You can do whatever the fuck you want with Banjo. But, I mean, come on, you already did a good service by letting him be in Smash. Just, you already have a couple of your fucking exclusives. 2 of your best exclusives are on the Switch. Ori and Cuphead. I mean, you don't own Cuphead. I think you do own, I think Microsoft does own Ori. But, I mean, come on. Like, they're 2 of the best exclusives on Microsoft. They just got fucking ported over to Switch like nothing. Like, that's a very good relationship if you ask me. So I might as well. And a lot of people, everyone loves Banjo. I even love the third game, which gets a lot of shit. And I'm always going to keep saying that I fucking love the third game. But I would like to see a remake or a remaster. I'm just going to call it a remake now. A remake of the original two. And hopefully that shit makes enough buzz for Microsoft to greenlight Banjo-Tooie. That was teased literally 20 fucking years ago. And we didn't get shit. Star Fox 64 was... Actually, I think it was the first game I played on Nintendo 64. Now that I think about it, yeah. I thought it was Super Mario, but no, that's the first one I owned. The first one I played at my cousin Gabriel's house again was the Star Fox 64. And I fucking love that game. I love... Do a barrel! I fucking love that game, even though he would fucking piss me off. Even that stupid little frog, he would get his ass kicked so many goddamn times. Piss me off. I fucking love that game. What I really love about that game is that in the very beginning map, or planet, if you do a certain objective, there's literally two ways on the map you can go. You can go, like, the one everyone always chooses, like, the bottom one. Like, I didn't even know you could actually go to the top. I thought that was just, like, for aesthetic reasons. Until one time I was playing years back, and I forget what I did. I think I took, like, a wrong turn at one point, and I ended up at another boss fight, and I ended up going the top way. I'm like, oh, fuck, you can do that? That game came out when I was, like, fucking 3 or 4. I found out you could do that when I was 22. 23, I think. I'm 25 right now. So, yeah. That fucking blew my balls away. Now, imagine all those fucking space battles and new hardware. Like, if fucking Smash wasn't a system seller for me, that would be. Hands down. Especially if they showed, like, a gameplay at E3 or whatever, a Nintendo Direct. I really don't like Nintendo Directs. Like, it's pre-recorded. What the fuck is the reason? Like, but oh well, yeah, sure. Like, go ahead, do it. Like, I can't tell you what the fuck to do, but I prefer live presentations. I'm rambling. I'm going off topic, but yeah, fucking Star Fox remake. Like, it's a gold mine right there. Come on, like, Retro Studios, they did a very good job with bringing back Donkey Kong for. Was it even Retro Studios that made Donkey Kong? No, now that I think about it, no. I think they only make the Metroid games. I don't know. I don't know who remake the Donkey Kong Country games for, I think, DS, but it fucking worked. Get them to make fucking Star Fox 64. Of course, come on. I mentioned Gears of War Ultimate Edition at the beginning. Did you really fucking think I was going to forget 2, 3, and Judgment? Even though a lot of people shit on Judgment. Now, I have some ideas that would be a good idea. In my opinion, would be a good idea. But I don't know how the fucking audience, like the fans, consumers, would react to this. Gears 2, Gears 3, and Gears Judgment. Yes, fucking make those. In my opinion, the best Gears game is Gears of War 2. I fucking love... That's my favorite Gears of War game. A lot of people say Gears of War 3, but I'm not going to spoil the game, but a certain event that happens in Gears 3 doesn't ruin the game for me, but it makes me sad. Like, not as sad as a certain event that happens in Gears 2. I mean, actually, it is more sad. That's kind of why it doesn't, like, it just makes me sad too much. It really does. Like, what happens in Gears 2 is fucking tragic. But what happens in Gears 3, like, come on. Like, you knew it was going to happen. Deep down, you knew it was going to happen. But you just didn't want to accept it. And when it happens, you fucking cry. Now, I'm going off topic, but what I was going to say is something that I would feel is a good idea is, first of all, it could save money. Just release the story modes. Don't release the games like as a trilogy, like how they did with back in the 360 days. They did Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, and they like it was like in a triple case where Gears of War 1, 2, and all the DLC for Gears of War 2. Yeah, they sold it all together. But you can do the same with this one, 2, 3, and Judgment. Just don't fucking add a multiplayer. Like, that could be very controversial because nowadays, especially Microsoft, they really enjoy their co-op and online games. But a lot of people also want remasters of Gears 2, Gears 3, and Gears Judgment. And you could ask yourself, why the fuck are you proposing that idea? Well, how about this? What if you were to release 3 fucking games at the same time? Story modes and online multiplayer. That could be overwhelming for a lot of people. And that could also fuck up the online aspect in one of the games. Like, more than likely, everyone's going to choose Gears 3. So Gears 2 and Gears Judgment are just going to be empty as fuck online. And also, Gears 3 might be overfilled, that servers might be down. So in order to fucking cut that, just literally cut it. Just make the story modes. And also, you can save money. Like, just sell all 3 story modes for 60 or 80. Like, it's kind of like $20 a pop, or give or take, plus taxes. You can do it in promotion for Gear 6, like how Activision did with Modern Warfare Remastered. Even though they were a dick about it, and you could only get it if you got the Legacy Edition, which was like the more expensive version, which was a dick move. But a year later, they released it by itself, so, I mean, good on them. Even though it was supposed to happen since the very beginning. But yes, like, did you really think I was going to leave out Gears of War? My favorite video game franchise? Are you serious? That's all I got to say about the games that I really want to make a remake. What about you fuckers? What games would you want your favorite developers, or what favorite games of your favorite games? I really got to script these. Which of your favorite games do you want to be remade or remastered? Let me know in the comments. With all that being said, I hope you fuckers like, comment, and sub, and I'll see you fuckers later.